Rep. Dan Goldman didn't pull any punches. When he subpoenaed Pam Bondi over the Trump-Epstein files, he laid bare a stunning truth. Promises of transparency are being blocked, while resources are being misused to detain nonviolent, lawful immigrants. This isn't just politics, it's a national security and moral crisis. The question Goldman raised is simple. What are they hiding and why?
And here we are again, La La Land and Homeland Security Committee conducting oversight of the president and his administration. Great, because there are many, many things that Congress should be conducting oversight over this administration. Donald Trump campaigned on finding convicted criminals who are unlawfully here in this country and deporting them. The worst of the worst, he said. Instead, he and his unidentified masked secret ICE agents are snatching and arresting immigrants from court proceedings, nonviolent, non-criminal immigrants pursuing legal pathways to immigrate to this country, and then illegally detaining them in horrific conditions, and even possibly deporting them despite the fact that they are here legally. You would think the committee, with jurisdiction over the Department of Homeland Security, would want to conduct oversight over the department's refusal to allow members of Congress to observe the conditions of DHS detention facilities. In fact, there is a specific statute that authorizes both Republicans and Democrats to conduct oversight over facilities that house or detain immigrants. But no, the department refuses. So we're here in the Homeland Security Committee, and I'm sure the Republican majority does not like it when this administration undermines its own authority, its own statutory authority, to conduct oversight. But no, instead of all of that, we are here talking yet again about Joe Biden. Newsflash, Joe Biden is not the president. He hasn't been the president for 7 months. So if we are going to conduct oversight here, why are we doing it about the Biden administration when this administration is literally detaining lawful permanent residents and even some U.S. citizens? And it gets worse. It's not just those masked ICE agents. There are many FBI agents who are being called away from their duties to investigate terrorism, violent gangs, child trafficking, and other crimes in order to help ICE arrest and detain immigrants with legal asylum claims, nonviolent. That makes our homeland less safe, not more safe. So we should hear from FBI Director Kash Patel about how many of his criminal investigators are being taken away from their criminal investigatory jobs, keeping Americans safe in order to help round up non-criminal immigrants trying to immigrate the right way. Some of these detainees are being held in Bureau of Prisons detention centers that are unfit for convicted criminals to stay in. We should hear from Pam Bondi about how much of the department's resources are being used to detain these nonviolent, non-criminal immigration detainees. And while they're here, we can ask them about a very pressing question. What's going on with the Epstein files? Donald Trump promised to release them. Pam Bondi said she had the files on her desk and that she was going to release them in the name of transparency. Kash Patel has spent years railing against the FBI to release the files. Many of my Republican colleagues were banging on the table to release the Epstein files. But now, all of a sudden, after a months-long review, Bondi and Patel say nothing to see here, no evidence that any American would want to see about accomplices, co-conspirators, or other people involved. Yesterday, the Republicans voted against releasing the files. So what's changed? Well, we all know Donald Trump has had a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He flew on his plane, he hung out at parties, spoke highly of him. And now there are many people saying that Donald Trump is included in the Epstein files. In fact, there are reporters who say that there are videos of him with topless women. Elon Musk even confirmed that Trump is blocking the release of these files because he's in them. Pam Bondi says there's nothing there, but Donald Trump even acknowledges that there is evidence there. It's just not credible. It's made up. This is a Truth Social post from 9:43 this morning. It is an admission that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, and the American people deserve to know whether he is or not.
Mr. Garbarino,
Mr. Chairman, I would, pursuant to Clause 2K6 of Rule 11.
Gentleman is not recognized. Your time has expired.
I have a motion.
Mr. Garbarino,
Mr. Chairman.
recognized for questioning.
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman has a motion.
Pursuant to Clause 2K6 of Rule 11, I move that the committee subpoena Pam Bondi, Attorney General of the United States, and Cash Patel, the Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Mr. Chairman, motion to table.
Gentleman has a motion.
Motion to table.
Motion to table is privileged and non-debatable.
This hearing is a masterclass in why oversight matters and what happens when power refuses accountability. Rep. Dan Goldman confronted Pam Bondi and the Department of Homeland Security about two urgent issues. First, the misuse of resources to detain nonviolent immigrants, and second, the continued suppression of the Jeffrey Epstein files, which could involve top political figures. Goldman highlights a pattern we've seen far too often. Resources meant to protect Americans, FBI agents investigating terrorism, violent gangs, and child trafficking, are being diverted to target people who are legally immigrating or seeking asylum. This isn't law enforcement, it's political theater disguised as policy. Families are detained in conditions unfit even for convicted criminals, all while officials avoid transparency and dodge oversight. Then there's the Epstein files. Trump promised their release. Bondi claimed she would make them public. But after months, nothing. Goldman exposes the disconnect. There is evidence suggesting Trump himself could be implicated, yet Republican leadership voted against releasing the files. Elon Musk even confirmed that Trump is blocking disclosure because his name appears in the files. Goldman's message is clear. The American people deserve the truth, regardless of who it implicates. This exchange is more than a scandal. It's a lesson in how power can be misused to shield political allies while punishing the powerless. Goldman isn't just asking questions, he's reminding us that oversight is the backbone of democracy. Without it, promises of transparency are meaningless, and laws meant to protect citizens and immigrants alike become tools of oppression. Moments like this are why Left Lens exists, to break down the politics, reveal what's hidden behind bureaucratic spin, and help viewers understand why it matters to real lives, not just headlines. If you care about accountability, law, and transparency, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We're here to make sure you see what they don't want you to see.